Okay, morning everyone. Mr. LaBelle here. So last week I got you to look at sorting shapes and thinking about their properties, thinking about the things that they have. Do they have four sides, or do they have three sides, or are they this, or are they this color, or how do they look? Okay, what do you know about those things? All right. So what you're going to do for me today is you're going to be looking at something called branching databases. Now, mums and dads, it's not as scary as it sounds, I promise. And I'm going to walk you through today's activity, okay? So before I do that, I may as well show you what a branching database is. So you can see here that you may have seen these examples before. This is an example from an alien branching database. And without looking at it in too much detail, the main things that you need to take away are pupils will be looking at the different things that we're trying to sort into a database and answering with questions yes or no. Now, the reason that we do this in school is because when we're looking at computer programming, you use these in terms of loops and inputs and outputs. So does this happen? Yes. If so, da da da. Does this happen? No. And again, we're trying to sort out problems and computational thinking. All right, so let me go back to our presentation. Now, you've all got a copy of this, okay? If you would like to edit directly onto the slides, all you need to do is go to File, make a copy, and do the entire presentation, okay? And you'll be able to type directly on it. If you don't, you can use paper, you can use whatever you want. Please don't get too hung up about recording. This is really about exploring and having a bit of fun with it as well, okay? Because in a couple of weeks, next week, and for the next few weeks, you're going to be creating your own branching databases using Purple Mash. Okay, let's start then. So, here are three fruits. Now, when we're looking at branch databases, we need to look at the properties of these things. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to identify what makes a banana, a cherry, and tomato, a tomato. So, for example, these are my facts. The banana is yellow, it has skin, it's a fruit. So, on the next two slides, or on a piece of paper, however you want to do it, tell me what you know about a tomato. Tell me what you know about a cherry. Okay. So, I'm hoping that you got some good facts down about each of these. You've got your facts down about tomatoes, cherries, and bananas. If you added to mine, fantastic, okay? So now what I want you to do is look at this simple food database, okay? Food branching database, okay? Now this is what I created on Purple Mash, and this is what you're going to create next week for me. All right, so looking at the facts, I needed to separate these out, all right? Now I can see straight away that my banana is yellow, and cherry's red, and tomato's red. So the first question that I asked was, is it yellow? And I've got two strands, yes, no. Okay, so have a little think. What do you think could be behind each of these purple squares? Is it banana, cherry, or tomato? Press pause. I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I hope you had a little discussion with your mums and dads. So the first question was, is it yellow? Okay, so the yellow one, more than likely going to be here because it is, yes, yellow. Now here is a bit more tricky because it's not yellow. I've got cherry and I've got tomato still. So the next question I asked was, does it have a long stalk? Now if you're not sure what stalk is, it's this piece here. So both of these have got stalks, but one is longer than the other. And if you look at it, the cherry one is really long. So let me go back to my branch database. Does it have a long stalk? Yes. My guesses are that that would be the cherry and that one would be tomato. So that one's banana, cherry, tomato. Let me just check. Banana, cherry, tomato. Woo! Thank you very much. All right, so that's how a branching database works. Now, you can do the same again, but this time we've got 4 objects here, or 4 animals, I should say. We've got a giraffe, a cat, a duck, and a butterfly. So you now need to write down facts for each of these animals, okay? Again, you can do it straight onto these slides, or you can do it on a piece of paper, however you want. Okay, guys, so I'm hoping that you filled up these animals with loads of different facts, okay? So again, we're going to take all the facts that you've got and we're going to try and sort them out into a branch database. Okay, so this is what you've got to try and sort out now. The first question is, does it fly? So look at the animals. Does it fly? The next one, does it have a beak? And mums and dads, the reason that it's written like that is because otherwise it doesn't fit into the box. So, does it fly? Yes. Does it have a beak? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. So let's come on to the other side. Does it fly? No. Does it have a long neck? Yes. No. So, can you try and figure out which animal goes into which of these boxes? And again, I'll give you a few minutes to try and solve this problem. Right, guys and girls, did you find out which animal belongs in which box? So again, if I'm trying to use my humongously big brain, does it fly? Well, let me see the animals here, okay? I don't think a giraffe flies. Don't think a cat flies. Ducks fly a little bit, and butterflies fly a little bit. So, does it fly? Yes. I'm probably looking at a duck or a butterfly. So, a duck or a butterfly is going to be here. Now, does it have a beak? What is a beak? Well, I think a beak is this part of the animal here. Does it have a beak? Well, a duck has a beak. So, does it have a beak? Yes. I think a duck might go there and a butterfly might go there. Okay? So does it fly? Let's go on the other side. No. Does it have a long neck? Now, which of these have a long neck? Oh, giraffe. Giraffe has a super long neck. And a cat doesn't. If the cats that I've known have no such thing as long. Some don't even have a neck because they're so chunky monkey and fatty bum bum. Okay? So, does it have a long neck? Yes, I reckon a giraffe might go there, and I reckon the cat might go there. Duck, butterfly, giraffe, cat. Now there are lots and lots of different ways to do this as well. If I look at my animals again, okay, I might have started with, does it have a pattern on its body? Well, cat doesn't, it's one colour. Not really a pattern, but the butterfly has a pattern and the giraffe has a pattern as well. Or I could have started with, does it have a tail? And the giraffe has a tail, a cat has a tail, a duck doesn't really have a tail. So I could have started again with these two having tails and these two not having tails. So there's different ways of starting your branch database quiz. All right. So let's just check. Perfect. All right. So what you guys are going to do then, I'm going to show you next week's task, but please don't worry about this now. This is the branch database that I created. So if I press play, again, if I think about the animals, if I just move that over here, if I think about my animals here, I'm thinking of an animal, so I'm going to choose the cat, all right? So, does it fly? Well, I know that a cat doesn't fly, so I'm going to press no. Does it have a long neck? We just discussed this. Cats don't have long necks. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So that's what you guys are going to be up to next week using Purple Mash. Okay, but for this week, good luck. Mums and dads, you know where I am if you need to ask a question, etc., etc. Good luck.